morning, students. Welcome all in today's online class. Myself, Sham Lakshman Chahande from Maimur Road Municipal English School. Today we are going to study mathematics subject. In that we will learn lesson decimal fraction. So let's start today's online class. Decimal fraction. Before going to start decimal fraction, let us revise the previous knowledge. Let's see what is a fraction, which you have already learned. What is a fraction? A number that expresses equal parts of a whole object or a set of objects is called a fraction. What is fraction? A number that expresses equal parts of a whole object or a set of objects. It's called a fraction. Now you can see what is this? Yes, students?
Pizza.
Yes, very good. This is pizza. This is very familiar to all of us, right? All of us like to eat this pizza, right?
Yes.
Yes, but this is a whole pizza, one pizza, right? Yes. And if you have a brother or sister at your home, they will also ask for the share of this pizza, right?
Yes.
Yes, they will ask for the share of the pizza. So then what you will do? What you will do?
We will divide it equal.
Yes, yes, yes. You will cut this pizza, right? But your brother or sister will not take a small piece, right? He will ask the equal share of this pizza, right? So for that, what you will do? Yes, you will cut this pizza into two equal parts. You can see in this picture, one pizza is there, right? Yes. And this pizza is divided by this line into two equal parts, right? So this is the one part and this one is the second part. So this is the half part of that pizza and this one is the half part of that pizza, right? The whole pizza we have divided into two equal parts. So this is the fraction 1 upon 2. Can you read this fraction? Yes, it's a 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2. It's a fraction. So we have divided one whole pizza into two equal parts. Now let us see one more example. What is this? This is also a pizza. Now we have divided this pizza into how many parts? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have divided this whole pizza into 8 equal parts and we are giving one parts. Okay, so its fraction is 1 upon 8, right? Its fraction is 1 upon 8. We read this 1 upon 8, right? Now let us read this fraction. Students, can you read this fraction? Can you read this first fraction? 3 upon 5.
Good
Very
morning,
good.
sir.
Yes. Can you read this first fraction, students? Yes, 3 upon 5. Very good.
7
Very
upon
good.
8.
Very good. The second fraction?
7 upon 8.
Very
2
good. Very
upon
good.
3.
Very good. 3 upon 5, 7 upon 8, and 2 upon 3.
3.
Very nice, students.
3.
Let us practice some more examples. Can you read this first fraction?
3 upon 6.
Very good. 3 upon 6. Can you read this second fraction?
4 upon 7.
Very nice. Can you read this? The next fraction?
6 upon 6.
Yes, 6 upon 6. Very good, students. So 3 upon 6, 4 upon 7, and 6 upon 6. We read the fraction like this way. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now let us see one more thing. Okay. Now read this fraction.
3 upon 5.
Yes, 3 upon 5. We can read this 3/5 also. Okay. 3/5. 3 upon 5, we can read 3/5. Now you can see in this picture, one circle is there, right?
Yes.
That circle is divided into how many parts? How many equal parts? 5 parts. Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? That circle is divided into 5 equal parts, and among that, how many parts are colored? 3 parts are colored, right? 1, 2, and 3. So we have written 3 upon 5. We read as 3 upon 5, 3/5. Okay. Now next sum. 7 upon 8. We can read that 7/8. Okay. This whole circle is divided into 8 equal parts. Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. This whole circle is divided into 8 equal parts. And how many parts are colored? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? 7
Yes.
parts are colored from this total 8 parts. So we have written 7, 8, right? Let us see next example. 2/3. We read this 2/3. Now see, one circle is there, and this circle is divided into how many parts?
3.
Very good. 1, 2, and 3 parts. Now can you tell me how many parts are colored?
2.
Very nice. 2 parts are colored. So we have written the fraction 2/3. Right. Now let us see the next example. Say 3/6. 3/6. Now this circle is divided into how many equal parts?
6.
Very good. 6. Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now how many parts are colored?
3.
Very good. 1, 2, and 3 parts are colored. So we have written the fraction 3/6. Okay. Now let us see next example. 4/7. 4/7. Now this circle is divided into how many equal parts?
7.
Yes, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we have written 7 here. And how many parts are colored?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. So we have written 4 here. So the fraction is 4/7. Right. Now let us see the last sum. 6/6. Right. The circle is there, and the circle is divided into 6 equal parts, and all the parts are colored. So we have written the fraction 6/6. Right.
Yes.
Very good. Now read the following fraction. Now you have to read the fraction. Okay. Students, can you read this fraction?
5 upon 8.
Yes, very good. 5 upon 8. Very nice. Very nice. Now, can you read this?
4 upon
4
6.
upon 6.
Very good, students. Brilliant. 4 upon 6. Can you read this fraction?
3 upon 9.
Very good. Very good. You all are very good. 3 upon 9.
9.
Right? Yes. Let me ask some more examples. Can you
4
read
upon
this?
5.
Very good. 4 upon 5. Very nice. Next sum.
7 upon 8.
Yes, very good. It means that you can read the fraction very well. Very nice, student. Now, these fractions have two parts. Okay, see, parts of a fraction. First one is the numerator and the second one is the denominator. Fraction have two parts. Okay,
Yes.
numerator and denominator. Now what is numerator? Numerator is how many fractions pieces you have, that is numerator. And what is denominator? How many fraction pieces you whole is broken into, that is denominator. For example, suppose this is a pizza, right? Yes, whole pizza. And we have divided this whole pizza into two equal parts. Then the fraction will be
1/2.
yes. So one is a
1/2.
numerator, one is a numerator, and two is a
Denominator.
very good students.
Denominator.
Very good. It's a denominator. Very good. So fraction have two parts. One is a numerator and second is a denominator.
Denominator.
Now see, fraction, numerator and denominator. Okay, fraction have two parts, numerator and denominator. Now numerator is at the top, right? As you see, numerator is at the top and at the bottom it's denominator. Yes, numerator is at the top and denominator is at the bottom. See, can you read this fraction?
6/10.
Very good. 6/10. Now, which is the numerator here?
6 is a numerator, 10 is a denominator.
Very good. 6 is a numerator and 10 is a denominator. Very clever. Let us see one more sum. Can you read this fraction?
4/100.
Yes, 4/100.
Denominator.
Yes, 4 is a numerator and 100 is a
Denominator. 100 denominator.
yes, 100 is a denominator, right? Very good. Now tell me the numerator and denominator. 6/7. Now tell me the numerator.
Numerator, 7 denominator.
Yes, 6 is a numerator and 7 is a denominator. Very good. Now, can you tell me numerator?
9/9 denominator. And 9 is denominator.
Very good students. 9/9 here. 9 is a numerator and 9 is a denominator. Very good. Can you read this fraction?
8/9.
Yes, 8/9. Numerator.
And denominator is 9.
Yes, 8 is the numerator here and the 9 is the denominator, right?
Yes.
Very good. Let us practice one more example. Okay, read this fraction.
3/7.
Very good. 3/7. Now, which one is the numerator and denominator?
3 is numerator.
Yes.
1 is denominator.
3 is a numerator and 7 is a denominator, right? Very good. Now, observe these pictures. These are very familiar nowadays. Okay, can you tell me about this picture? What we call this? Yes, thermometer, right? We measure the temperature with the help of this thermometer, right? Yes. What you can see here? You can see numbers. Yes, can you read this number?
Yes. 336.3.
What?
36.3.
Very nice. Very good, students. Can you read this number now?
98.3.
Very good. Very nice. 98.3.
3.
Now observe some more examples. Can you read this number?
1330.
Observe it carefully. After 1, there is a dot. Okay, 1.330.
30.
Yes, now read this.
12.7.
12.7.
Yes, very good. Okay, now this is the weighing machine which we have in our school, right? You can see numbers are written here also. Can you read this number? Can you read this number? Yes, students. Yes, 81.5.
5.
Yes, very good. Okay. So these are the pictures. Now these examples have been written in decimal forms. Okay. The examples we just now saw, that examples have written in a decimal form. To understand this, you will first have to learn about decimal fraction. The pictures just now we have seen, these pictures are written in decimal form. Okay. So to understand this, you will first have to learn about decimal fractions and the way they are written. Now, what is decimal fraction? Decimal fraction means what? A fraction whose denominator is 10, 100 or 1000 or any other 10 times multiple of 10 is called decimal fraction. One more time I'm reading it. Listen carefully. It's very important. What is meant by decimal fraction? Decimal fraction means a fraction whose denominator, okay? Denominator is important term. A fraction whose denominator is 10, 100 or 1000. Okay, this is also very important. 10, 100, 1000 or any other 10 times multiple of 10 is called a decimal fraction. Okay, I'm just, okay, now see. 1 upon 10. Okay, so here 10 is a denominator, right?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Now 1 upon 100. Now 100 is a denominator, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so a fraction whose denominator is 10, 100 or 1000 or any other 10 times multiple of 10 is called a decimal fraction. Is it clear?
Yes.
If there is a 10, 100 or 1000 at the denominator place, then that fraction will be a decimal fraction. Okay. Now just see examples. The first one. Can you read this first example?
5 upon 10.
Very good. 5 upon 10. Now which number is at the denominator place?
10.
Very good. 10 is at the denominator place. Now observe the second example.
68 upon 100.
68 upon 100. Now 100 is at the denominator place. Now read the next fraction.
285 upon 100.
285. Okay, 285 upon 100.
100.
Now observe the denominator of all these fractions. The first one have
10.
the 10, 100, 100. Okay, so these fractions are written in the numerator and denominator form, and denominator is 10, 100 and 100. So these are the decimal fraction because the denominator is 10, 100. Okay, so these are the decimal fraction. Now, it is convenient to write this fraction in another way. To use this new method, let us look at our usual method of writing numbers. In this method, we make new places for tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. The place value of each this is 10 times that of the previous place. For example, 110 equals 10 units. 100 equals 10 tens and so on. You know that usually we write down the number like this, okay? Unit place, right? 10, 100, right? And 1000, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Unit, tens, hundreds, and 1000. Yes. Now, this value of the tens place is 10 times of unit place. Okay. Unit means 1, right? Unit means 1. Okay. So, 1. So, the value of 10 is 10 times of unit. Okay. So, similarly, the value of this 100 is 10 times of 10. Okay. So, 10 multiplied by 10 is equal to 100. Similarly, the value of this is 10 times of 100. Okay. 10 times of 100 like this way. So we write down the number as usually like this way, in the form of unit, 10, 100 and 1000. Let us write one number, 400, sorry, 4210. So 10. So 0 will come at the unit place, 1 will be at the 10th place, 2 will be at the 100th place, and 4 will be at the 1000 place, right? Now, let us think in the opposite direction. Okay, if we divide 100, if we divide 100, if we divide 100 into 10 equal parts, for example, 100 is there, and if we divide that 100 into 10 equal parts, means 10, 10, 10, 10, right? Like this way, we have to divide this 100 into 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? The 100 is divided into 10 equal parts. So each part is become 110, right? Each part is become 110. And the 110 we are writing here, right? To the right side of the 100 place. Is it right? Yes, very good. Now, tens place. Okay, when we divide this 10 place into 10 equal parts, now 10 is there, okay? And we are going to divide this 10 into equal parts, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 10 times 1. So each part is become one unit. Each part is become one unit. And the place of that unit is to the right to the 10 place. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Is it clear, students? Okay, very nice. Okay, so see here. 100, 10, and unit. So 10 is 10th place is to the right of the 100th place, and the place of unit is to the right of the 10th place, right? The unit place is to the right to the 10th place. Now, similarly, if one unit is divided into 10 equal parts, if one unit, okay, previously we have divided 100 into 10 equal parts. After that, we divided tens into equal parts. Now, similarly, if one unit is divided into 10 equal parts, then each part is become 1 upon 10. Okay, each part become 1 upon 10. For this, a place is made to the right of the unit place. Okay, 1 upon 10 means 1/10. This place is called the 10th place or the first decimal place. Just see. Okay, 100 unit, sorry, 10 unit. Okay, we have divided this 100 into 10 equal parts, that become 1/10, right? After that, we divided this tens into 10 equal parts, that become 1 unit. Now we have to divide this unit into 10 equal parts. When we divide that unit into 10 equal parts, that become 1 upon 10. For example, if we have a one pizza, okay, whole pizza, one pizza, and we have to give that pizza to the 10 people, then what we will do, we will divide that pizza into 10 equal parts, right? So the fraction of that pizza will be 1 upon 10, right? So this new place is created next to the right side of the unit place. This place is called as a 10th place or a first decimal place. Okay, first decimal. Once again, I am repeating this. Okay, so it will be clear for all of you. Okay, 100, tens, 10 unit, right? We have divided this 100 into 10 equal parts, that become tens. When we divide tens into equal parts, that become unit, right? Now we are dividing unit into 10 equal parts. One is a unit, right? Now that one we are dividing into 10 equal parts, so the fraction will be 1 upon 10, right? The fraction will be 1 upon 10, means 1/10. So this place is called the 10th place, and this place is next to the unit place, and it is called as a first decimal place. Okay, before writing that first decimal place, we are putting one dot there. Okay, is it right?
Yes.
Yes. So we are putting that dot here. Now let us see this decimal place value chart. It will be very clear for all of you. Okay, see. Here is a ones, tens, hundreds, and thousand. And here is a decimal point. Now we have divided this 1 into 10 equal parts, and the place of that is right to the unit place or ones place, and that become 10th. Okay, this is the first decimal place. Okay, 10th is a first decimal place. Check the spelling. See, THS, tenths. And here is a tens. Okay, tens is different and tenths is a different. Okay, so this is the first decimal place after the unit place. Okay, after the decimal point. Second is 100. Okay, 100. You can see the fraction 1 upon 100. This is the second decimal place. After that, thousands. Thousands, 1 upon 1000. This is the third decimal place of the decimal point. Okay, and so on. So this will be very clear for all of you. Once again, we are repeating. Okay, here ones, tens, hundreds, and thousand, right? And decimal point is there. When we divide unit or 1 into 10 equal parts that become 1/10. Okay, 1/10. And we write that 10th. And the 10th is the first decimal place. Okay, when we divide 1/10 into 10 equal parts, when we divide 1/10 into 10 equal parts, that become 1/100. Okay, see here you can see 1/100. That is the 100. We call 100. That is the second decimal place. Okay, that is the second decimal place. And when we divide 1/100, it becomes 1/1000. You can see here 1/1000, and that is the third decimal place. That is the third decimal place. Is it clear?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, and so on. Now let us see this example. Okay, can you read this sum? This is the mixed fraction, right? Yes, 8 and 5/10, right? 8 and 5/10. It is written 8.5. Now you can see a point. What is this point? This point is called as a decimal point, right? And 5 is the first decimal place after the decimal point, right? So 8 and 5/10 is 8.5. This is the decimal fraction, okay? And we read that 8.5. We read that 8.5, right? Is it clear? And this point indicates decimal point, okay? Now read the given numbers. After we will do this, okay? Can you read this number?
1.6.
See, but one number is there, 1.06. How you will read? 1.06. 1 is a whole number and 0.06 is a fraction of that. Okay, so this is a decimal fraction. Okay, so 1.06. Is it right? Let us read another example. Can you read this?
Not 6.
Yes.
Sir,
5.7. See how 5.75. We have to read a single number. 5.75. 5.75. We have to read like this. Okay, single number we have to read. 5.75. Okay, let us practice one more example. Can you read this?
6.18.
Yes.
6.18.
Yeah, 6.18. Very good, friends. You are good. 6.18. Very nice. Okay, read this.
2.00.
Very good. 2.00. Now this one.
18.60.
Very good. 18.60. Next.
12.70.
Very good. 12.70. Good students. Now read this. 2.165. We read this. 2.165. Right? 2. Now read this.
2.1653.
Very good. 2.1653. Is it clear reading? Now you can read the decimal numbers, right? Now just see these sums, okay? Now the first sum 20 and 3 upon 10, right? Now second sum is 7 upon 10. Third is 6 and 3 upon 10. And fourth one is 9 upon 10. These fractions we have to convert into decimal fraction. Before that, tell me, is it a decimal fraction? 20 and 3 upon 10. Is it a decimal fraction? Yes, it is a decimal fraction. Why? Because 10 is at the denominator place. So it's a decimal fraction, right? Now 7 upon 10. Is it a decimal fraction?
No.
Yes, it is a decimal fraction because 10 is at the decimal place, at the denominator.
Oh.
10 is at the denominator, so it's a decimal fraction. Now can you observe this? 6 and 3 upon 10. 10 is at the denominator place, so it's a decimal
Decimal.
fraction, right? Now observe the last sum, 9 upon 10. Is it a decimal fraction?
Yes.
Yes, it's a decimal fraction because 10 is at the denominator place, right? Now let us convert this fraction into decimal. Okay, now see 20 and 3 upon 10. Now here 20 is a whole part. The 20 number is a whole part, right? And 3 upon 10 is a fraction part, right? 3 upon 10 is a fraction part. Here 3 upon 10, 10 is a denominator, right? 10 is a denominator, so it's a decimal fraction. Yes, as I said previously, it's a decimal fraction because 10 is the denominator place. Now 3 upon 10 is the first place after decimal point. Okay, 1 upon 10. I said so 3 is the first place after decimal point. So we can convert 20 upon 10, this mixed fraction, into decimal fraction like this way. 20 and 3 upon 10 is equal to 20.3 and then 20.3. Okay, 3 upon 10 is the first decimal place, so that the decimal point at the first place because 3 is at the first decimal place. As I said, okay, 1 upon 10 is the first decimal place and 1 upon 100 is the second decimal place. So here 3 upon 10 is right. So it's at the first decimal place. So we have written 20.3. 3 is at the first decimal place. Okay. Is it clear? Now let's see one more sum. Okay. Let us solve one more sum. 7 upon 10 upon 0, 7. How? See, just
Sir, your voice is breaking.
7 upon 10. Okay, is it clear now? 7 upon 10 now. See, 7 upon, now here is a whole number, so we are putting 0. Okay, 7 upon 10 is the first decimal place. Okay, after the point. So put a point and put a 7 over there. So 7 is a decimal number. 0.7. We read that 0.7. Okay. Let us see the next sum. 6 and 3 upon. Now 6 is a whole number. So we written here. Now 3 upon 10 is a fraction. 3 upon 10 means it's a first decimal place. So we are writing the first 3 at the first place of the decimal line. So it becomes 6.3. Okay. Now let us see 9 upon 10. Now here is a no whole number, so we are writing 0. After that, put a decimal point. Now 9 upon 10. 9 upon 10 is the first decimal place, right? So 9 upon 2 is first decimal place. Write down this 9 at the first place after the decimal point. So 0. It is 0.9. Understood? Okay, let us practice more sums. Okay. For 5 upon, can convert it to a decimal value, 5 upon 10. Here no whole number, so we are at 0 decimal. Now 5 upon 10 is at first place. So write down 5. 0.5, right? 0.5. It's a answer. Let's solve one more example. Upon 10. Can you convert this into a decimal number? 4 upon 10 means 0.4. Okay, why 0.4? Because 4 upon 10 is at the first decimal place. So put a decimal point and after that write down a number as it is. So 0.4 is a right answer when and we read that 0.4. Is it clear? Okay, let us see one more sum. Okay. Now see, observe this chart once again. After decimal point, 1 upon 10 is at the first. Okay, 1 upon 100 is second decimal place. 1 upon 1000 is third decimal place. Now let us solve those sums here. Six and 2 upon 10. How we will write down this? Now 6 is a whole number, so write down a 6 as it is.
6.2.
Very good. 2 upon 10, it's a first decimal place. So 6, put a point 6 upon
2.
2. Very good. Now let us solve next sum. Now 3 and 25 upon 100. Okay. 3 and 25 upon 100. Now see, observe. 100 it is written. So it is a second decimal place, right? So 3 is a whole number. Yes, say 3.
3.25.
Very good. 25. 3.25, right? 2,
Yes.
5. 3.25. Now
5.
2 is at the first decimal place and this 5 is at the second decimal place. Very good. Now let us solve some more examples. $25 upon 100. Can you tell me can you convert this into a decimal number?
No.
Now here is a no whole number, right? So write down a 0, put up decimal point, right? And 2, 5.
0.25.
Is the, yeah, 0.25, not a 25, 0.25. Okay. Now let us solve some more examples. 9 and 3 upon 100. Now tell me how you will write down. Observe the denominator. Denominator is 100.
9.3.
9 point.
No. 9 point, not a 3. See, here is 100. So 100 is at the second place after the decimal point, right?
Yes.
The second place. Now first place is blank, so put a 0 there. Now 3 will be there, okay, because 100 is there and that is at the second place, second decimal place. So 9.03 is the right answer.
Yes.
Is it clear? Okay, let us practice some more examples. Okay, do you understand? One more example we are going to take now. Six and 24 upon 100. Can you convert this into a decimal fraction or decimal number? Yes.
6.24.
6.24. Okay, very nice. 6.24. Is it clear? 6.24. Is it clear, all of you? Very good. So this is a decimal fraction. Okay, we learn how to convert a fraction into a decimal fraction of decimal number. Okay. So there's a homework for all of you. Solve problem set number 36. Okay. And read that numbers loudly. Okay. Solve problem set number 36.